Mr. MD.
Good love. We need good love today.
Good loving. We need good loving, and we need some good technical help.
Yeah, we need good loving because we had some technical issues. So now you're not watching a replay, you're watching the recording.
Yes.
Feng Shui with Anita and Cheryl for Feng Shui Fridays. Woohoo! And here we are doing
and you can guess which F word we were using this morning.
Learning to use the F word. Which one's it going to be? And you know what, Cheryl?
What?
Can you believe this is our 10th episode?
Whoa!
I know. Oh,
I don't know if you saw that card goes flying up.
Probably card number 10.
I don't. Nope. But close.
Nope. Let's see.
Well, I gotta pick it up first.
Good love.
Number 12.
Ooh.
Wind dancers. Number 12. Wind dancer.
Wind dancers. Ah.
I like wind dancers. You know, I have to tell this story.
Okay.
So I'm having a photo session with a brand photographer, and I was telling her about, because she didn't understand Feng Shui. So I said, you know, the words mean wind and water, and quite often we'll have people grab a beverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And blow on it as an example of the wind, the unseen affecting the seen, the water.
Yeah.
Because, well, water doesn't really photograph. Like doing that, it would be really hard to photograph. So she said, why don't you get one of those spinny things?
Oh, yeah. Ah, I like it.
So it's like a wind dancer. Yeah. It's a whirligig.
Cool. You know what? When we were kids, we actually used to make those.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Those little pinwheels, they're called.
There you go. I call it a whirligig, but pinwheel works. Pinwheel works. So yeah, wind dancers, whirligigs, weather vanes, mobiles. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Banners, prayer flags, all kinds of things. So what would the purpose behind using a wind dancer be?
A wind dancer. And so again, it's just, bringing our awareness or our attention, so when this is just hanging and it's not moving, it's definitely offering us some color. But as soon as the wind starts to move it, it gives us that playful feeling, because we respond to music and or movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just really connecting us. It takes us out of our own space for a moment, right? When you hear that or you see that movement, then it gives you an opportunity to really just be in the now, in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you're observing or you're listening or you're feeling, or maybe you're engaging all of your senses in that moment.
Cool.
Right. And again, does that help to align you? Does that help to connect you with source? Does that help to ground you? And when you take your attention or your awareness away from that busyness, time can stand still. I mean, creative energy can come through, ideas. I mean, there's just all kinds of things, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that would be the purpose of wind dancers. And then of course, we love to dance.
It's about I think movement. Too, it's about movement, and it's an attention getter. So like those, those things the blow up things,
right,
that they use quite often at vehicles, right?
Yeah. Oh,
so that's a massive wind dancer, and it's to get your attention to go, hey, Chi, yo, Chi, come on over here, right? So,
well, yeah, and it's like you say, movement, Cheryl, right? And so we are this energetic being connected to an energetic universe, and everything is connected to us energetically. And I know there have been some spiritual people that I follow and you follow, and the word that we've been hearing lately is move the energy.
yes.
Move the energy, move the energy. So, if we're hearing that wind dancing, then maybe we need to,
Start doing some
we got to
good
move that
loving.
energy. Or, we've heard of that saying before, just shake it off,
Yeah.
right? Right. So if you're in that bad frame of mind, your friend might say, just shake it off.
Or shaking it
Oh,
up.
okay. That's a clue to move the energy and just like shake it off. Like,
Well,
right?
think about
Release.
taking a dusty rug outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shake it off.
Just shake it off, release and let go of all that crap, right? All that effing stuff. That's the F word. Frickin', I don't know.
Today, definitely. Absolutely. So
yeah.
I like the movement part now. Some people are not a big fan. My husband, I have a bamboo wind chime, and he actually bought it for me because I wanted one for our front door.
Yeah.
Well, I've had to move it down to the end of the house because the wind chimes are a little too loud for him.
It's too loud.
Fair enough. Yeah. So you got to make sure it works for your family and your partners and stuff too. But absolutely, absolutely respect those that are around you and have them involved in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, love it, love it, love it. So the wind, yay for the wind dancers.
So let's just all get out there and move today.
And move it, shake it.
Have some movement, shake it off. And then again, how can you be like the wind dancer? Right? How can maybe you add some enhancement or chi to somebody else's day? And of course, when we put these beautiful things, in front of our home or whatever, and we're calling in that movement, we're calling in that moment for people just to stop and take a breath and to admire the beauty that surrounds them. Again, engaging those senses. Yeah.
Cool. Well, now, because we got nobody to interact with, so sorry about that, guys. We're not sure what's happening between Facebook and Zoom, but they can figure it out.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird thing, but anyways.
Yeah. So we need to talk about the number 12. 1 and 2 equaling 3.
Well,
three,
again,
three.
You know what? So numerology is really important because, everything has a mathematical system or a mathematical equation or calculation or something attached to it. And especially our universe, our world in which we live in, that, everything can be taken down to a mathematical equation. So numbers are really important. And again, we look at the number 12, and how do we know the number 12? Well, there are 12 calendar months in the year, right? There are 12 strands of DNA. That's kind of interesting. There are 12 disciples. So, what is it that these messengers have been trying to bring to our awareness about the number 12?
It's a lot of connection. I was reading the other day, and I'm trying to remember where it was. It'll come to me. But 12 is actually the numerology system that we will likely move towards in the future, getting away from the 10s.
Yep. And actually, you know what? I think Cryon has talked about that for years, that he says that the base 10 mathematical system does not serve us well, and that, maybe there was a, way back then in the time of the Greek and the Pythagorean theorem and all of that stuff, maybe there was an argument between a couple of those really smart guys, and one guy said, no, we're going to use 12, and the other guy said, no, we're going to use 10. And then the guy that, said, let's use 10, he's the guy that won, or I don't know. So yeah, no, I always say that, nature leaves clues. And so there's a clue in the 12. And then of course, when we add the 1 and the 2 together, we get 3. And
Which
again,
is in 12.
We know that, and again, we could go back to some biblical source and know that, okay, well, we have the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, you know,
the Trinity.
The Trinity, the mind,
Yes.
body, spirit.
Yes.
You know, and again, do we have a moon, a sun, and an earth? Ooh, there's another representation of 3.
And for some in the spiritual realm, the trifold flame.
Right. So there's again, there's a lot of symbolism, and there's a lot of interpretation and things around the number 3. And you know, 3, it could be like, you know, half of an 8. Exactly. You know, 8 is the infinity, and then of course we could bring that into the yin yang and say, okay, well, you know, maybe 3 is representing the masculine or the feminine. And maybe we got to find the other part of self that matches that up, or, you know, who knows? There's just so much.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then of course we know the number 3 to be a catalyst number. You know, that thing that fuels you, that moves you forward. So again, let's look at the card we got today, and it says Wind Dancer. So moving the energy. Yep. Moving the energy, is that going to fuel you? Is that going to move you forward? Absolutely. Whether you're moving the energy in your own physical body, or whether you're decluttering your house and doing some spring cleaning, or moving the energy in your fridge or your car, or what, you know, whatever. It's gonna fuel you to say, oh, okay, now what? Now what's next? Because that felt really good, right?
And it's a little bit off balance too.
Yeah.
Right. So it's got movement in the number.
Yeah.
The number itself is that asymmetrical shape. So, which I find funny that we come up with Wind Feng and Shui, water, and this shape associated with water is asymmetrical, and we have the number 3.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Well, and we, you know, we could put 3 on its side, and then we've got these little mountains or hills or something, right? So know that if you're going for a little dip, it's okay, because we're coming back up.
Exactly.
You know? That's just the way life goes.
That's that change that's happening right now anyway.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe it's a little dip. Maybe, I don't know. And yeah, well, we had a little dip this morning.
And we're learning to go with the flow. So you're getting a recording today.
And who knows? I guess, you know, there's something else we need to learn, right? Or like you say, maybe Facebook and Zoom, you know, they got together just like those mathematicians did way back then. Maybe they're fighting over who.
Well, that's the half of the 3 and the other half of the 3, and they're doing this. Yeah, joined in the middle. Look at that shape.
Whose system is going to work? Oh, okay.
I love it.
That was fun. Hey, so you know what? I just want to say I got a gift here.
Oh yeah, for our 10th episode.
Okay, so this is our 10th episode. Can you see this okay?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a really cool little thing. It's actually a little plastic version of my book. Oh yeah. So and they actually call this a book stub. So it's kind of like a little business card thing. So this is gets whoever, you know, has the code that's on the back of here. Let's see, there's a code on the back. Ooh. And you can actually go online and you can actually get my ebook, right? So you can download the ebook for free when you have this code. So what we'd like to do is we're going to do a draw. And so if you have joined us for all 10 episodes, and you have even if you've watched the replay, right? Just put in the chat, just say, yes, I've watched all 10, you know, because today would be the 10th, right?
Right.
So
and it's definitely a replay.
To watch this to win. Oh, good. Okay.
And it's definitely a replay.
So then just put in the chat, just say, yeah, that's me. And then whoever puts their names in the chat, you know, we'll do a draw for an ebook. And you know what? If you share, also if you share a replay, right?
That gets you another entry.
somewhere, then, let us know that you did that too, or we'll see that and we'll stick your name in. And who knows? I think I have more than one of these, so we'll see.
Yeah, but we have our 20th episode and our 30th episode and maybe some surprises in between.
Oh, then maybe we'll do some wind dancers. I'll tell you all about where to get these later too. Okay, that's it.
Oh, we need some good loving. Hang on.
Oh yeah. I get to dance. I get to move.
In a minute. I said, Doctor, Mr. MD.